Welcome back to Urban AZ TV. Jx3 on your video situation right here. Got a special guest, like I told you earlier. Maino is in the building, a.k.a. Mr. High Hater. He's up in here, you know what I'm saying? Now, we are kind of chilling out right now, trying to enjoy ourselves, but a lot of people been asking questions, trying to find out about the dude Maino, trying to find out things about him, so we got it right here in front of you. So some of the questions that you've been asking in the streets, I'm asking right now. So let's talk to him. Maino, what's up, baby?
Oh, man, I feel good, man. I'm out here, you know what I mean? Brooklyn, New York is in the building.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm in places that I ain't never been before, and, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to get to meet the people, you know what I mean? I'm new on the scene. My first record, High Hater, you know, I'm introducing me to, you know, other markets and stuff, so
right.
I'm just trying to get out and touch the people, you know what I mean?
Now, for people that don't know you, because,
right.
you know, everybody has a chance to see you on TV a lot,
right,
hear you a lot, they don't know about your background stuff. Tell them, like, some of your influences that made you want to get in this game.
Oh, man, like, my whole uprising with the whole music thing just is somewhat different than the average person. Like, I started rapping when I was on a 10-year bid, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I came home in 2003 and just jumped right into it. So like in New York, I was a fixture before High Hater hit MTV, before it hit BT, before it went all around.
Right.
Like I was pretty much solid in the streets of New York, you know what I mean, through the mixtapes and the DVDs, and I was on Lil' Kim last album, and I was just making my rounds, you know what I mean, before High Hater even, you know what I mean? Actually, like, I'm signed Atlantic, and that's not even my first deal. Like, I was signed to Universal in 2005, but it didn't work out. So, I mean, right now, everything, you know, here I am, you know what I mean?
But see, that's the way it goes a lot of times. Like, people get it misconstrued because the first thing you think about is the first video that you see, and you feel like, well, that person probably just signed, like, last week.
Right.
And you don't understand that these dudes and these ladies been in this game for a long time before you see them and before you hear the single on the radio. So, briefly kind of tell us, how long it's taken you? What kind of work had to take you to get to now the point where you're actually breaking out in the mainstream and starting to get them checks and all that?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? About 4 or 5 years straight hard grinding. Like I said, like the whole mixtape circuit in New York. Like, you know, you got like DJ Clues and K Slays and
Clue.
you know all the mixtape DJs and all that. So when I got out, I jumped right into that circuit. Then you got then what helped me was the DVD game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the Smack DVDs, you know what I mean, Cocaine Cities, and all the DVDs that was floating around the country.
Right.
You know what I mean? It, you know, gave me a vehicle, and then you got the YouTubes and everything. So I mean, you know, to make understood, it's just everyday grind and never, you know what I mean, showing them no mercy. You know what I mean? So High Hater is just a record that put me, you know, just brought me out of the underground, out of New York, and put me, you know what I mean, on deck. Like right now, I'm nominated for a BT Hip Hop Award. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's here I am. But at the same time, this is just the beginning.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I still got a lot more ground to cover. That's why I'm here. This is why I'm on a 46 city tour. I ain't been in New York for a week straight since July.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's called working.
Yeah, grinding.
Put that on the bottom of the screen, working. That's called working. Now, let's talk about the procedures, okay? Because another thing that people need to understand, we're talking 4 to 5 years difference, you know, since you started, and now the internet has kind of changed the way the whole situation works because it's changed the way people buy music. It's changed the way people get exposed to music.
Right.
How have you had to kind of switch your marketing game up as opposed to the old school where it was all about, you know, actual product like CDs or whatever, and now it's where people can point and click and get the product? How do you have to change your scheme for that?
Well, it affected me in 2 ways because prior to me busting out on the mainstream, like that's what I used.
Right.
I used the whole internet marketing. I used that. That was to my advantage.
Right.
It's still to my advantage. But on the flip side, when you come out with a single, right? You know, people will love your single. They may download it. They may get your ringtones. They may even sing it in the club and love it and all that. But that don't mean that they gonna, you know, buy your album the day it comes out. Which brings me to a real point because I had a date. My album was set for the 23rd of September. I held it back because I felt like I'm solid in New York. I'm solid in Connecticut. I'm solid up in the northeast of the East Coast. But what about Phoenix? They don't really know me.
Right.
They wasn't gonna buy my album the 23rd of September. They don't, and not off a High Hater. They might heard it and liked it, but they don't know me yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is why I feel like I got to do more. This is why I'm here. You know, so to answer your question, like with the whole internet thing, they could get the music. They don't even need the album.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They could get what they like. They could just pull it off, download it, and do, you know what I mean? iTunes and whatever it is. It's on their iPod and they straight.
Right. being in the game, you know, you're crispy. You got a whole different style. The style's different.
Yeah.
What is your goal to have where you can sit back on your couch in 3-4 years from now? What do you want to say? What do you want to say that you brought to this game? That you brought to this whole situation?
Just honesty. Like my whole life, like is just. It's crazy. Like, I mean, off a 10-year bid and come and be successful in the music industry, like, dudes like me that live like me don't even get this far.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, real talk. Like, I just want to, you know, just for people that live like me and people that struggling and dudes that still in the can can look in my life and say, like, damn, maybe I could do the same thing too. You know what I mean? So it's bigger than just being the best lyricist or being the best rapper with me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I feel like I got a lot to prove.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And plus, you've been through something, so it gives you that experience and it gives you kind of, you know, that wear on your jeans. You know what I mean? Like
definitely.
You done came from somewhere.
Definitely.
Maino on Urban TV, so make sure you stay tuned. We're coming back with more hotness.
That's right.